So only time will tell now. This is the first match of two between Sliema Wanderers and Hibernians.
And we are seeing Sliema in the full black kit and Hibernians in their normal, very known black and white strip.
So it would be interesting, Chris, if you were Dunstan now in his shoes. Well, before I say that, let's see if Sliema do something here, not that much. But if you were in Dunstan's shoes going into this match, you know you're so close to reaching Brancha, right? If you win these two. You're doing so well as well. That was header there from CR7. But you're doing so well, and you're playing against an opponent that is not doing as well. So will this affect maybe your performance? Because you might be a bit too overconfident.
I would definitely try to go very, very offensive in the beginning, as we have seen maybe Dunstan trying to, but good defense from Alessio, from Sliema. I would try to test Sliema, see if they can keep up, see if they are able to neutralize what I can offer. If not, then Dunstan will definitely have an easy time here, but it doesn't look like he will have an easy time, as Sliema are really pressuring on immediately in the start of this game. Good defense from Dunstan, as they headed the ball back to Ellison to make him catch the ball with his hands. But good start here from Sliema.
Very good start. Of course, Alessio is representing a team of great national caliber here, even though Hibernians with a good move there in the final third, not enough to find the opening. But as I was saying, Alessio representing Sliema, the current record holders of the most Premier League and FA Trophy Cup wins, and Alessio might actually not enough though to find the opening goal. But yeah, a lot of big shoes to fill from Alessio.
Unlucky ball roll from CR7, as we saw, gifts the possession straight away to Hibernians, but just like that, Hibernians give it away. A bit of a sloppy start here from Dunstan on Hibernians. Judging from the momentum in match day 1 and 2, he does seem to suffer from mood swings in terms of his gameplay at least. And once again, Sliema trying to be on the charge here, as Kante maybe trying to set something up, even though the defense from Dunstan looks to be holding strong for the moment.
Okay, it's Alessio once again with the attack, but it's fruitless once again here, his attack. Not effective as he would like it to be.
As a good ball here down the left from Mane, but Maldini steps in and intercepts the ball. And the risky pass here from the goalkeeper Mbappe, just retaining possession for a whisker. Mane didn't steal the ball there.
But I must say, it hasn't been one-sided at all. Both teams have created chances, have tried to find space. None of them have been effective. But it's nice to see a match so evenly placed. Even in possession, it's quite even as well. We're seeing Alessio creating a bit more chances, however, trying to find the opportunities for him down this middle with CR7. But once again, the defense of Hibernians doing their job.
Promising attack now for Hibernians, but Virgil van Dijk quickly shutting down any chance of momentum for Hibernians. And just like that, Sliema getting possession. Nice switch off play, maybe trying to fish for a counter attack. CR7 running down this left hand side, maybe trying to cut inside.
Again, Sliema with the attack here, still not wanting to lose the ball here, trying to find that opening, trying to go with from the left flank, finding the space with Johan Cruyff, but the corner thanks to De Ligt for Sliema.
Goes for a short corner, ball to Kante now.
Okay, again to Kante, trying to find the space through Gullit there with Mbappe. Goes for the shot. What a save! Alisson gets his fingers to it and stops the chance for an opening from Sliema Wanderers.
And we are seeing in the meantime. Oh, nice header from Van Dijk off the post. What a goal from Virgil van Dijk. It's the first time we've seen a goal from a centre back.
And a header from a corner. You don't see that so often in FIFA 20, and he just went for it, Alessio, and it really paid off the post and into the net. 1-0 for Sliema Wanderers.
And what an opening from Alessio. What a start from Sliema. He's deservedly in the lead, and Hibernians now have some things to do. And
I mean, yeah, they have to work hard now. Of course, we've seen Sliema Wanderers attacking constantly, especially in the final 15 minutes. So basically, yes, it is Dunstan's turn now to try to change the flow of the game, and he does it at the perfect moment with a beautiful goal. Incredible there. Great dribble, great ball row, great ball control from his end, and Lionel Messi with his left foot finds the net.
What a finish and what a run from Lionel Messi. And just like that, we're just square. And that could be a little difficult for Sliema, going ahead and immediately being equalized there and then. Although CR7 trying to make a good run down this left-hand side. CR7 passes it back to Robertson, and good ball down the middle for Gullit. Gullit with his back to the goal. Ball to Cruyff now. Cruyff manages to passes it to Gullit, who passes it to Ronaldo. Unfortunately, no space there. Since Hibernians are playing very narrow formation, the 4-2-3-1, and with Dunstan's excellent use of overload ball side, is really not managing to leave any spaces hanging down the middle for Alessio to attack. So he's constricted to use the wings. As we've seen quite a lot of time, Ronaldo especially making those runs at the left.
And that should be it for the first half here with 1-0, unless somehow Alessio manages a miracle, manages to find the net with Mbappe down this right flank, where he got a cross in. He passes it back to Carlos Alberto. Mbappe tries to find the space, but not enough. And that's the first half whistle going on. And that's it. I mean, 1-0 to Sliema Wanderers. Great start for them. Actually, it's one apiece. Apologies. But great start from Sliema. Still mounting so many attacks. Hibernians did manage to find that goal somehow with Lionel Messi. I do feel that Alessio is still has a bit of an advantage. He still is putting more pressure, but Dunstan, of course, maintaining a strong defense at the back.
Alessio most definitely has the upper hand heading into this second half, even though maybe Dunstan, having scored later in this first half, maybe he has that little bit edge of momentum heading into this second set of 45 minutes. That said, Dunstan has scored with his only shot in the game, while Alessio has 4 shots, and that header was the only one on target. So it's quite an interesting contrast between these two. As we see R9 Ronaldo trying to unleash the shot, but Virgil van Dijk marshals him expertly to the edge of the pitch, and that's a goal kick for Sliema.
Of course, a victory here will help both sides. I feel especially Sliema Wanderers, who are sitting 4th from the last, and maybe a chance here, but not much to do there for R9. Unfortunately, got pressured by the opponent's defense.
And immediately Hibernians now on the counter. Ronaldo running on this right-hand side, but excellent tackle from Robertson once again. Team of the Year, Andrew Robertson. Another amazing card, which you definitely not be wrong in having in your team. Although Mbappe, nice run on this right-hand side, crosses it in, but Cruyff doesn't manage to get to the ball first. The ball goes to De Ligt, who manages to retain possession for Hibernians. And now, long ball to Mbappe. This is end-to-end stuff we're seeing between these two teams. Although Mbappe plays it back to Carlos Alberto, who he is once again making good strides forward, but good defense. Once again from Alessio now. And Sliema managed to not risk anything here and keeping possession.
Oh, unfortunately, from both ends, we saw bad touches with the ball and they gave away possession. But now Hibernians have a bit of a chance. Unfortunately, the pass is not accurate, and that is why he gives away possession. But speaking of cards, Chris, because you mentioned Robertson's card, how good he is, right? We have the new cards coming out tomorrow, which I'm sure will be seen in the FIFA Ultimate Team matchups, I'm sure.
Most definitely. The most of all the prominent winter upgrades, which we will be seeing from tomorrow, as immediately we see Cruyff making a run towards the attack and Mbappe trying to maybe find someone free. Hullet and Kante, good ball into the box, but Cruyff doesn't manage to reach it first. And speaking of Cruyff, he's going to be one of the icons who will be receiving a Prime Icon Moments cards. A 96 rated Johan Cruyff is currently being saved for tomorrow, contrasting his 94 rated Prime icon who we are seeing right now. One of the players who will also get a Prime Icon Moments card is Arnaud Ronaldo. He'll get a 97 rated card, and if the 96 is being used so prominently here, I can't imagine the havoc that 97 R9 will wreak on our future match
But
days.
you know what I'm interested in as well is Maradona, 99 rated card. We'll be seeing more of Maradona in play. It's true his physicality isn't up to par perhaps or on the level of other players. However, his pace, his shooting, his dribbling is always on top.
As we see Ronaldo making a good run down this left-hand side. Ball to Robertson, maybe crossing it in and find another headed goal. It's not meant to be, as Hibernians and Dunstan get back on the ball once again. As you correctly said, though, Maradona is not featured a lot in these BOVE Premier League matches, and I attribute part of it mostly to the lack of physicality that the Argentine icon doesn't have. But it is quite weird because we do see Messi, and Messi isn't the strongest fella, and he's quite short as well. As we see a good long ball to Mbappe down this right-hand side for Sliema, but unfortunately nothing doing here as Dunstan manages to marshal him out quite easily there.
It could also be because of the position he's played in. I mean, they prefer to play R9 instead of perhaps Maradona as a striker. So, of course, it all comes down to the personal preference of the player, even though things might change because a 99 rated card is definitely one that should not be missed. We already see Maradona on the bench, but now we might actually see him with the starting 11. So only 8 minutes left here for the final whistle. Still one apiece, so both sides will get 1 point at the end of this match if it remains with this score. Of course, both Alessio and Dunstan would really need the points, especially Alessio, to get out of that, you could say, like a relegation zone, right? Whilst Dunstan would need the points to get ever more closer to that number 1 and number 2 position.
Unfortunately for both, though, 1 point doesn't really cut it, so they really need to maybe stress their point out and try to get those very important 3 points, which will make their cause much better than just a meager point here.
It looks like Alessio's closest to doing so. However, he has the ball. However, once again, he tries a bit too much to get through the defense of Hibernians. And now it's only 2 minutes of additional time remaining. I don't know what can be done in these 2 minutes. Hibernians have the ball down the right flank with Mbappe here. This French youngster also not doing enough.
Pause just 4 seconds before the death, and even the players themselves know that it's not worth making any substitutions or tactic changes now, as we head into full time now. It's 1-1. I believe it's It's the second draw we've seen all match day here live on stream, so it's been quite an up and down day in terms of results. We've
Yes.
seen wins and losses all across the board, and now we're having our fair share of draws now as well.
And the only other draw also was a 1 apiece, 1-1. So we have yet, I don't want to jinx it, but we still have yet to see a goalless match. We have seen goalless matches in the first and the second match day, but today we have a lot of goals actually going on. The other draw was by Valletta and Balzan. Both are standing comfortably actually in the standings, especially Balzan. Isaac Karima has done so much during these past 3 weeks to maintain a strong position in the standings.
I really hope we don't go into a 0-0 draw. Otherwise, I'll attribute it to because of you.
Yes, I'll take all the blame. Yes, I agree.
You'd better.
But as we're seeing, the way we're seeing the players play, especially Alessio maintaining the possession, also possession there was 63% in his favor. So very, very high. And also the amount of attacks and moves he created. So that was incredible. As we see also the fixtures there.
And Valletta steamrolling through Sirens and 4-0 and 3-0. Very, very good showing from Turbulence once again. I believe he's won 5 of his 6 matches.
Yes.
Just the draw that you mentioned against Balzan, the 1-1 draw which we've had on stream. The only game which Gianluca did not manage to win today. And with 5 wins, he's quite sitting comfortably near the top of the table. Obviously not enough to get anywhere near Chris Spiteri, as he's doing his bits.
Yeah, so well indeed. But of course it's only the 3rd match day. Everything changes from 1 week to the next, and as we head into the final round of today between Hibernians and Sliema Wanderers, of course the first round ended 1 apiece, but now who'll manage to find that goal, that maybe what he needs to get the 3 points, because 1 point, as you said, will not be enough, definitely not.
We've seen we've seen Alessio being very, very proactive on the ball compared to match day 1 and 2, where we've seen him to be quite very, very defensive. Even though we do see him attacking this left-hand side, Cruyff and Robertson exchanging the ball, and now Conte may be trying to get a ball in the box now. Conte, good pass there, but the opposition Conte steps in and cuts its path. As I was saying though, Alessio is being much more progressive towards the goal. He's defending better, he's attacking better, he's keeping possession of the ball as well. So it's quite a good shift and an improvement from previous weeks. I really hope that this improvement keeps carrying on in future match days, so maybe he will be in contention for at least midway of the table.
I definitely agree, and as we're seeing now, it's Alessio once again with the ball. He's maintaining this possession as much as he can and creating the offensive moves as much as possible as well, trying to make them count. It was quite unfortunate that he lost the lead last match, because he did so much work there. He had the most possession, most shots, and shots on target as well. So it was just a lack of... it was a bit reckless that he gave away the ball to Hips last time, and he gave away that well-deserved 1-0, so it ended up in a 1 apiece. But now again we're seeing Alessio with trying to dictate the match.
Oh, even though Dunstan now on the attack as R9 squares back the ball, and now Hullet very close to the edge of the penalty area, but Conte intercepts the pass, although Mane on the other side gets in front of the pass. Ball now with Messi on his left hand side, doesn't manage to get the shot away, and the Sliema now can go on their own attack now.
All right, so now Sliema trying for these long balls in. They did manage to find the target. So our CR7 back to counter, back to Hullet. Hullet, of course, a machine here in the middle for any team he plays with. Even though he just lost the ball here, Alessio, he's trying to find the gap in the middle, through the middle, but it's not really working out for him. 25 minutes, 26 minutes have already passed by. And still the score is 0-0.
I really don't understand why no one goes for long shots with Hullet. I mean, okay, you'll probably give away possession if you don't hit the target, but Hullet has excellent long shots, and I believe he has a 5-star weak foot as well. So why not try? Why not go for them? I mean, it's quite an excellent ability to have, and we've seen pro players go for these shots and make absolute screamers with the Dutch icon. So why don't they try to go for them as well?
Yeah, and we've seen also, I believe in the last match day, with Hullet scoring and finding the net for team, because of course he has powerful shots, as you said, and a good weak foot, if you can call it a weak foot. So yes, you're right. Why not? If you're finding the opponent's defense too difficult to find a gap through. Wow, as we said, that R9 actually finds the gap here, but stumbles a bit and gives away the ball. But good effort there from Hibernians. In fact, speaking of long shots, we saw the only long shot today by Mizu with R9, correct? Was it R9 who shot from outside the box?
Most definitely. It was his weaker foot, weaker left foot, if you could call it, as you correctly said, weaker. But it was an excellent attempt here. As Mbappe, nice ball to Cruyff. Ronaldo on the turn. Good save from Alisson. Ronaldo 9 doesn't manage to get any power behind that shot. But still, very good move from Alessio. Once again, preserving that good form he had in the first match. As we are now creeping into the 41st minute of the first half. Score still tied at 0-0 as Dunstan tries to go on the attack. But the game is interrupted for a foul, which occurred a little bit previously. No advantage to Dunstan and Hibernians.
We actually saw a few cards today, contrary to the other match days, so a bit more aggression when it comes to the tackling of our players today participating here. And of course that means that you have to be a bit more cautious. We have yet to see a red card, hopefully don't see it today. But of course you have to be very, very careful here, especially when you have defenders that get these yellow cards, because then you have to be more wary on when tackling the opponent's attack.
And Hullet now with a long shot, goes for the long shot. Looks like Alessio have heard me, and the ball gets deflected out for a corner. And shall we see another headed goal? Cruyff now, nice heel to heel. On the edge of the box, Arne Ronaldo goes for a shot. I think it went outside of the pitch before Alisson could even save it. And it's half time, and we're seeing once again Alessio being the more dominant of the two players, having 3 shots, 2 of which on target, and 63% of the possession. And it's quite phenomenal, the improvement which Alessio has done from last week to this week. I mean, he's leaps and bounds ahead better.
Yeah. And you can see the pass accuracy difference as well. Alessio has around 94% pass accuracy, whilst his opponent has only 86%. So sometimes those passes are giving Alessio the possession to create the opportunity. He's maintaining the ball, as you said, 63% possession, a huge number there, huge statistic in his favor. But of course, he still has to make it count. And as we're standing right now, I did jinx it a bit because they are still at 0-0. So I hope I didn't influence the score line here. Still, we're seeing Alessio trying to dictate the flow of the game. Again with the attack, with R9 down the middle there, trying to find the flank with Kante on the left. Trying to find the space. Very difficult to find the ball through there. The Dunstan's defense is quite narrow as well, so it's not easy to find the space you need to create the goal down the middle. Hibernians with the ball now. Hullet passes to CR7. Maybe a chance for Hibernians. They lose possession, but gaining again through Kante. Good quick pass to CR7. Good cross to Hullet, and it is Hullet who scores. So we have a goal this game. It is Hibernians, the first shot, which is a shot on target, and of course a goal for Hibernians FC.
What an excellent run through from Ruud Hullet, 93 rated icon. I mean, what a move from Dunstan, maybe catching Alessio off guard, but unfortunately it was a giveaway from Alessio, losing position very cheaply, but Dunstan capitalizing ever so expertly and managing to land that very important goal, which sees him leading 1-0 at the 57th minute mark, even though Cristiano Ronaldo making that run on the left, but expert tackle from Dunstan once again, as we are now seeing a shift of momentum as Dunstan once again is on the charge. CR7 leading with the ball, but Robertson dispossesses the Portuguese and maybe wants to start something for Sliema now.
As it stands, Hibernians get 4 points from these 2 fixtures, so very good for Dunstan there, getting ever more so closer to Brancha's incredible form, of course, in second place. Meanwhile, Sliema Wanderers still, I mean, they are not doing so well at the moment, 4th from the last, so they really need some points here from this encounter. Maybe we can see a draw over here, or the goal that equalizes the match over here with Messi with the ball, but not enough to beat the lift. Oh, is that a foul? Is that a penalty? It is a penalty, I believe. So Sliema Wanderers get the much-needed penalty chance here to score, to even the score with R9. Not the best of penalties, but Alisson just stands and looks at the ball going through his side. There it is, 1 apiece.
And just like that, it's the opposite of the first game, where Alessio took an early lead, and now Alessio has equalized after Dunstan had taken the lead very early in the second half. So it's 1 apiece once again. Maybe Alessio will try to believe in himself some more now. He does have the ability to win this, as we've seen him on the front foot for the majority of these 2 fixtures, as we see a pause being called by Dunstan, maybe trying to change some custom tactics, as you see Mane running on this left-hand side of the pitch. Mane trying to find CR7. Ball now to Robertson, who is quite centrally. Mbappe now passing it back to Carlos Alberto and getting it in return. Mbappe could go for a cross, chooses not to serve CR7 in the middle. Oh, try to set up Messi. Ball goes back to Mbappe. CR7 now with the ball. Crucial tackle from Maldini. What a tackle from Alessio.
Yeah, Alessio maintaining a very strong defense there at the back. He stopped Dunstan from getting a good chance at scoring there. In fact, you could see Dunstan not knowing where to pass the ball because he couldn't find the gap. And in fact, then he tried to go down the middle, but again, a great tackle from Alessio's side. Meanwhile, look at this attack from Sliema Wanderers, even though he tried to push a bit too much and not enough to beat De Ligt.
Good fake shot to cut inside and get rid of the pressure from Carlos Alberto, but unfortunately for him, De Ligt was positioned very expertly and put the ball out for a corner kick.
We remind everyone watching at home that the players have, by regulation, to have at least one Maltese player, at least as a sub. You don't really see them often being played in the match. However, of course, they have to have them as subs. And speaking of subs, I think we will be seeing a substitution from Sliema Wanderers' side. It is R9 going out. And also Mane going out. We have Neymar Jr., Mane coming out for R9 for Sliema Wanderers, whilst Neymar is coming in for Hibernians.
In the meantime, chance for Messi. What a serve from Alisson. sticking out that right foot and denies the Argentinian. What a save from Alisson, keeping the score level and saving most probably Dunstan from a 2-1 scoreline.
Yeah, so close. Now shots on target. Sliema have 5 as opposed to the 1 of Hibernians. Will we see a 6th shot on target here? It is, and it is a goal by CR7. Well deserved, in my opinion. Alessio has been working so hard to try to find the second goal here as CR7 shouts and screams at the camera there. And Dunstan has his work cut out for him now.
Beautiful play from Alessio down on this left-hand side with Messi, bamboozling Van Dijk, who was trying to chase after him, and a neat cross off to Ronaldo, who doesn't need a second touch to finish that very, very comfortably. 2-1 for Alessio as we have only just shy of 10 minutes left, 10 in-game minutes for Dunstan to try to salvage something out of this result as he is losing now. And can 1 point out of 6 possible points be enough for Dunstan? Definitely not.
And it is a bit of a pity for Dunstan because he had a good lead there. He was 1-0 up as well. He was so close to getting more points to reach Brancha's at least position. However, of course, now he lost the lead and now he's chasing the game. And of course, there is not much time left on the clock.
And Sliema would, if Alessio could manage to close out this win, he could leapfrog like 5 spaces because there's a group all tied with 11 points. There are 4 teams, Senglia, Tarshin, Gzira and Mosta, all tied on 11 points, and Sliema with 10. 1 win could make Sliema leapfrog all those and end up comfortably in 8th position. So it's quite a good jump from 12th to 8th, jumping 4 positions ahead, and a good ball down the middle for CR7, doesn't manage to get his footing, and Virgil van Dijk steps in and strips the ball away.
Just 4 minutes on the clock now. Dunstan has to try something to get the equalizer at least. Good pass to CR7 but loses possession. Carlos Alberto, great tackle there from Alessio's side. Ooh, jumping the ball. Neymar Jr. wins the ball. A good chance! And there it is. Mbappe finding the net. Incredible with hitting the post and finding the back of the net. What a blow to Alessio and Sliema Wanderers.
So unfortunate. We were talking about what a huge bounce that Sliema were going to make if Alessio managed to close out this win. But unfortunately, Dunstan, with that never say die attitude, managed to win the ball back, and with a very good finish with the left foot of Mbappe off the post, and it's 2-2. And it's just a couple of minutes left in this fixture, this final fixture for today.
Yeah, as you said, I mean, 8 to 90 minutes to concede a goal so late after you had such a comfortable lead, unless somehow Alessio manages here to find the net in the dying stages of this match. This is the final attack, and there it is. It will end as a draw as well in the second round. First one ended 1 apiece, second one ended 2 apiece.
So it's so just like that, this match will close out the show.